Hey guys, welcome back to Heavy Metal Rex. It's been a minute since we've talked, and I've got a big update for you. So the WRX just hit 10,000 miles. I've had this car for about 6 months now, I think, a little bit over 6 months. And I just wanted to give you guys some impressions on how everything's been going. The car's been tuned for, I think it's actually been tuned since 4,000 miles. So it's about 6,000 miles on a Stage 2 tune. Nothing really else has been done since then, performance-wise. Got a couple of cosmetic things to go over, but I just wanted to tell you some of the things that basically what are my experiences. Everybody always talks about whether or not you should modify a WRX, and when you do, what are the chances of an engine blowing up or something catastrophic happening. So far, I can tell you, at least for me, nothing has happened, and I've done as much research as I can online, and I've seen a couple of places where I think it's like Nasiak that has it. They've got a spreadsheet where people can actually enter their information, what model year they have, what parts that they put on the car, when did the engine blow up. And I gotta say, stock engines are blowing up a lot more than tuned engines. Just saying, there might be something to that. But I wanted to get over, I did write down a couple of things, some objective, some subjective things, because of course owning a car is subjective. Not everybody even likes Subarus, and that's not a big deal. But I wanted to give the people that do, or that are people that are possibly looking into getting a 2021 or even like an older 2015 to now, some things to keep in mind. Like I said, to me, the car is still pretty much brand new. I mean, 6-7 months of ownership. It is a 2021. I bought it brand new with literally 0 miles. It came from the factory directly to me. And even now, nothing. But I mean, that's what I would expect. I wouldn't expect all kinds of crazy problems to happen now. Although I have heard some horror stories about people's air conditionings going out or having like some weird glitches with like the windows. Nothing. I have had 0 issues. So I just want to, again, I made a list because I don't really remember everything because I'm getting old. So the first thing, I separated this into subjective and objective things. The objective things are things that it doesn't matter. My feelings don't matter. That's how it is. And subjective, of course, things that are based off my feelings, which that is the more fun category, but we'll get to that one second. Objectively, gas mileage. Now, gas mileage was actually not that bad on the stock tune, but once the car was tuned, Stage 2, the gas mileage went up drastic. I say maybe 5 or 6 mpg up. Stock, I was getting somewhere around 23 to 24 combined, and now with my exact same driving habits, which is flooring at pretty much every chance I get, and then also cruise control like 4 or 5 days out of the week, I get an average about 26, 27. And if I am actually just completely chill with the car for an entire tank, which I've only done maybe like one time, or even if I can even say that whole time, I think I hit like 33, which is, I mean, when I need the gas, especially these days because it's so expensive, I can do it, right? And so can you. You just have to not try to race everybody that's on the road, and every on-ramp to a highway is not a takeoff pad, right? As long as you can be chill about it, the car gives you great gas mileage. I mean, at the end of the day, it's still a 2-liter, right? Turbo or not, it's still a 2-liter. It still has great gas mileage. You just don't have to be stupid about it, right? It is rough, as in the ride is rough. And one of my questions was, I was actually asking some of my other friends that we see at the meet, like, does your car bounce a lot? And I don't even mean like the car bouncing in the back and the front, just the front of the car bounces like crazy. And it's so funny because the way I know it's bouncing so much is I can hear it in my exhaust, the whole car, like instead of it just being, okay, if I'm getting on the highway and I gun it, it's fine. But if I'm just like daily driving it, it bounces a lot. And you can hear it in the exhaust. You can hear it in pretty much everything. I find it, I guess, I mean, that's how it is. It's been a while since I've owned a performance car that's been decent. I mean, I had the GTI before this. I had the RX-8. The RX-8 was rough. It was a lower car, but I get it, right? This, I know they said that they made it a little bit softer, and I know even with 2022, they made it even softer, but if this is soft, I don't even want to know what rough is. I don't have a problem with it. Me personally, it's my passengers who always complain about it, but I don't really have many passengers. No big deal. Practicality. This is something that has been a big deal for me, and having a car that I can live with was very, very important. Finding one that strikes the balance between it being fun to drive and something that I can modify and then also take my family in. There's a lot of options, but like this obviously being the dream that I had, getting an STI, you know, long since now of WRX, it still fits all of those things. I have the 4 doors, which is fantastic. I have a baby seat in the back, which is funny. I'm not gonna lie. I actually go to car beats with the baby seat still. I actually don't even bother taking it out. It's just like, forget it. It's in there. Having the trunk is really nice. The 60/40 split is really good. You know, it's nice. It's very practical. I never feel like I can't do anything with it. Just the other day, we were actually going to go to Target, and my wife wanted to buy like an art desk for my daughter, and I was like, "Well, we'll just take my car." And she's like, "Oh, is it even going to fit?" Because she has an SUV. Like boxes don't fit in sedans. And I opened the trunk and said, "Look at this. It's huge. You put the thing down. Even if I don't put the 40/60 split down, it still has a really big trunk, right?" People forget that. It does, because like, I mean, if you really look at it, it's got like, it looks like it's a small trunk because the trunk itself, it's kind of small, but it's a good amount of space, right? If you've seen it inside of WRX here, you know, I don't even have the keys. I don't even think it's open. Oh, like, it's a good amount of space. Ignore all the crap that's in it. This is actually my old terrible mic. We're not gonna talk about that. So like, it is a good amount of space, right? It's nothing, like, you can live with that. There's plenty to live with. So those are the objective things. I was actually trying to think. I was sitting there. I was writing this list down. I was trying to think of like, what else could I say that's fairly objective? And I feel like that's the only really thing, like the only things I can think of that matter to me. Reliability-wise, again, because it's a brand new car, nothing has happened. I'm very comfortable inside the car. Subjective things, the noise. Now this is specific to obviously a modified car, but also at the same time, I feel like they didn't really spend a lot of money on like insulation or just like foam padding inside the doors or whatever, because the car is loud. Even before I had it modified, it was loud. I could hear the rocks coming up from the bottom of the road, hitting the bottom of the car. I could hear just so much wind noise. Like, it is a loud car. Then when I got the exhaust put in, and the intake, actually, I remember the first time when I put the intake, it sounded like a vacuum. And I was like, dude, is there something wrong? Did I not install the intake right? Why is this so loud? But that's just how loud it is. And where you sit in the car, like, let's see, this is open. So like where you sit in the car, like right here, this is where the intake is, right? This is where the turbo is. This is where all the induction noise is. And I'm right there. And just imagine my passenger, every day my passenger that sits in, whoever it is forced to listen to a massive cone filter just sucking up air. It is a loud car. So be wary of that. Again, this subjectiveness comes from the modification. There is still a little bit of a smell from the exhaust. I want to say maybe that's just like burnt gas. It's a lot less after I put the restrictor pill in, but it is there, especially on cold starts. Once the car is warm, no problem. I feel like it's not a big, to me, it's really not a big deal. It's the only time that's an issue is when I'm going in the morning somewhere with my daughter or something. She'll smell the gas. She doesn't say anything anymore because I think she's gotten used to daddy's car being kind of a pain in the ass. Fun to drive. Is it fun to drive? It is very fun to drive. It being all-wheel drive, having really nice summer tires, here being like 90 degrees outside, having the extra speed, the extra power, man, I have a hard time I don't want to say like abusing the car, but it is very difficult, especially the way that it sounds, to not want to drive fast. I will admit, it is very hard. And I'd say most of my driving, if I'm just going out to the store to get something like real quick, like, I drive it. And I drive it hard, like it is a racetrack. And I probably shouldn't, but I mean, that's why I bought it. I wanted it to be fun to drive. And you think that it's a sedan, it may not be as fun, but like it is fun, not was. It is a lot of fun to drive. And that's really the only things that I have for the subjective side. After owning it for just like this 7 months, I still love it. I love the color. Every time I wake up in the morning, I look at it and I'm just like, ooh, yes. That is my car. I'm very happy with it. And so here's some of the things that have been done. Not a whole lot. I've got the VLAND aftermarket headlights. That was a big change, not just because of the way that it looks, because it didn't matter that much. The looks didn't matter to me as much as practicality, which actually I probably should have put that under the objective section, is the beam is much wider, taller, and brighter. And out here, this actually happened to my friend's wife. We have deer jumping around all over the place. So I need to be able to see if something's jumping around in the woods off the sides further out, so I can try and protect myself. Now, of course, if it jumps out right in front of my car, that's it. Like, there's nothing I can do about it. But if I can see better at night, I wear glasses, I have contrast issues. If I see better at night, for me, that is a big purchase. Most people that are buying these cars are probably going to get an aftermarket headlight anyway, but this is a premium, and again, still came with halogens. That sucked. I'm glad that we changed that. So we have headlights. Obviously, MA Performance Stage 2 kit, that included like the intake, the jpipe, the midpipe, muffler deletes. What else we got? Oh, I had the AP holder, which, you know what? I'll just put the link I'll just get a picture from the video that I did. The access support holder, the LED lights all around in the car. So the dome lights, the map lights, lights in the trunk, the lights on the back of the license plate. Those got changed. Of course, tint, that's not really tint, you know, I need tint. So I got after, so right now you can see I have still running the stock wheels, but just got some aftermarket wheels, and I got these, and I can't wait to put these on. I got some Anki TS10s, gold, obviously. Same thing, it's basically going to be an OE replacement. They are 18 by 8.5, which is what those are. I'm keeping the Dunlop Sport Maxes on because I kind of like them, and I don't really want to buy a set of tires until these are dead and gone. So these I'm actually going to sell. I actually have a buyer who wants to put these on his Forester, which is kind of cool. And these are going to go on there. Actually, they're going on there tomorrow. I am super excited because I never really considered buying aftermarket wheels because, again, the cost is quite great for what you were getting. But these are 19.5 pounds, okay? These are 24 pounds. So like we are saving 4 pounds per wheel, and this is only a $280 wheel. So like we're not even talking like $500-600 wheels like a lot of the 17-pound ones are, which I'm not even sure. I think a lot of the really nice, I'd say a lot of the $500 wheels are about 17-18 pounds, which 19.5 for half the price. I was like, okay, that's actually not a bad deal, because some of the other wheels I was looking at that were in the $250 range, which kind of was my budget. I didn't want to spend more than $1,000 on rims, which this still ended up being like, I think $1,150 or $1,200, but they were still like 21 pounds. That was kind of the weight I was getting, like 21, 22 pounds. And these being 24 pounds, I was like, well, there's not that much, like it's not enough for me to want to spend the money. But when I saw these, they're gold. I had to have gold. Classic World Rally Blue with the gold. That's what I wanted. So finding gold wheels, that didn't look tacky as hell, that weren't just like the BBSs from the old STIs, which I didn't want to do. I wanted something aftermarket. I didn't want the exact ones. And being a low weight and not like low price, but like not exorbitant. You know, you don't want to spend $2,000 on rims, right? So this was perfect. And as soon as I saw them, and of course everybody else has them, so maybe a little bit of peer pressure. So I was like, all right, you know what? I'll just get them. I think they'll look great. I cannot wait to put them on. I still actually have my Bridgestone Blizzaks. Please completely ignore my absolutely terrible dirty garage. These are actually Blizzaks. I think the WS80s that I still have for the winter, which I can't wait to use again. And you know, we're only like 4 or 5 months away from that. These are going to be really good. These were good last year. I had a blast driving around in the snow. And I mean, the tread, they are practically brand new. I think I maybe put 400 miles on them. So even with that special Hydra compound that they have on them, I still have like 9,000 miles or some crazy number like that, right? So these, I need to get a cover for these so I can keep these because I cannot wait for it to be summer. It's going to be super fun. And actually, people were telling me these are really good for, not really good, but if I do some rallying or do some dirt stuff, I can still use these. Obviously, I can't use the summer ones. These will be better. So overall, I'm super happy with my purchase. I love the car. The car runs great. Every day I look at it, I'm super happy that I got it, and I have, in a weird way, to thank my dad, because if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't be able to accomplish a lot of my dreams, you know. But I'm happy with the car. I was actually just thinking about it earlier today. I was thinking when my wife comes back from the gym, I was thinking about just going driving, because even though gas is really expensive, we don't really go anywhere. But I still like to just drive, and there's tons of like 5.0s and Chargers that live out here, and they see it and they want to ride up, and they're all straight pipes, so you know I gotta say hi. But that's really it. I'll probably throw a couple of clips at the end of it for the exhaust note, because it's been a minute since I've actually gone out and used this camera, because I actually got a new camera, and I want to see how well it can capture some of the exhaust notes, the exhaust sounds, because the exhaust video I made earlier, I didn't exactly like where I placed the camera. I want to do a little bit better. So I'm going to get that up, and then tomorrow I will have the new wheels. Ooh, I can't wait. It's going to look so good. I'm super excited. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please get a WRX. It's fun. Enjoy it. Harder to get now, but if you get a 2022, it's still really nice. Check out my video on that. I'll put it in the link. If you guys have any other questions, please let me know, and I'll try to answer them in the comments. Anyway, thanks for watching.